It's a special feeling to wake up each day when I know that I'm genuinely going to be able to help people. I've worked in finance my entire career, but it hasn't always been an easy or a linear path. 2008 was a tough year to graduate. I poured my heart and my soul into schooling. I finished school magna cum laude with a degree in finance right as the market tanked. Before this drop, my career path was all set to kick off with a New York-based investment banking internship with Bear Stearns, but in 2008, they didn't have a job to offer me, and they didn't even exist by the time I was done. It was a stressful time, being freshly graduated into one of the worst job markets in history. After all that, I was fortunate to find a management consulting job in the chaos of 2008 and 2009, but I'll never forget the stress that came from those market conditions. My experiences in 2008 and 2009 taught me a really early lesson about how markets can crash and recessions can be devastating. Those experiences taught me to plan ahead and to identify and to mitigate potential risks in order to not be caught off guard like so many were in 2008. My career started to take off as the economy recovered, and my personal life mirrored my career. I married my best friend, Camille. We moved to San Francisco. It's a city we expected to only be in a few years, but we can confidently say 7 years later that the Bay Area is our home. On top of having her own career path in the tech industry, Camille is supportive of my various extracurricular hobbies, which, as she can attest, take up a lot of my free time, especially when I train for my Ironman races. On that note, I still remember my first Ironman triathlon. I spent a full year preparing. It was a lot of swimming, biking, running, hours each week, and I sacrificed early mornings, weekends with very long training sessions. And even with all the hard work, when it came time to race day, there was still some anxiety, something I realized never actually goes away. But as the race progressed throughout the day, I started to settle down, and I realized that I was going to be okay. My training was paying off, but with the growing confidence, I still knew I had to pace myself correctly, or I would risk hitting a wall. I see a similar anxiety when clients walk in my door, especially for the first time. Just like a race that you've prepared and sacrificed for, there are so many unknowns that people know they need to face when they're entering into retirement. I love watching the anxiety that people feel melt away when I visit with them and we start to discuss their wants and their needs and their hopes and dreams for a successful retirement. It's what brings me into the office every day. Retirement is not something that you can just flip a switch and be there. You need to plan for it. It takes hard work and preparation, all just to gather enough of a nest egg, just like training for race day. But once you've gathered those assets, the game changes. It's go time, and you shift from an accumulation phase to a distribution phase, which takes detailed retirement planning and execution. I want my clients to feel safe in retirement, which is why I love our approach here at Decker Retirement Planning. Without work as a source of income, monthly spending can be subject to the whims of external influences that are outside of a person's control. If you aren't prepared, it's terrifying when markets move away from you. And in my experience from 2008, the downs feel way worse than the ups feel good. I want to help my clients feel well fortified, confident that their retirement can withstand whatever may come in what are supposed to be their carefree years. I want them to see that they can sail through market crashes unaffected with strategies that we use here at Decker Retirement Planning. I love waking up each day and coming into the office to build these fortifications around my clients' retirements. I like that this planning enables them to create lifelong memories with their families and not spend their best years worrying if they're going to make it or not. There's a powerful sense of freedom that you get when you come into our offices. My name is Brad Geddes, and I'm a purebred fiduciary at Decker Retirement Planning.